Greetings, and happy Thursday, Juneteenth family. Welcome to another weekly Lunch and Learn. This week we have Sister Cindy Weathers-Smith of Cocos Love here with us. And if I forgot when I was backstage to check and see if the way she spells love is still pronounced as love, but once I bring her up on stage, she'll clarify that for us. Cindy. First of all, I'll share that I love when people find their purpose or their passion through their family, through healing their family. So Cindy is a healer, and she's a healer of skincare, she serves people who may experience eczema, rosacea, just overall dryness. I've just moved from New York and I moved down to Atlanta. And what I found out here, I don't know if you folks know about water being hard and soft and things like that. That's a term that I found out maybe about 13 years ago working in the restaurant industry. And we were promoting this water that they said was soft. And I didn't get it until I tried it. And then I moved down here to Atlanta and I didn't get the hard water until it started to hit my face and my hair. And the amount of moisture that I have to put in it's higher than it was when I was back home in New York. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It just means that it requires a little bit more help and a little bit more of what Cindy is here to talk to us about today. So Cindy, come on up. Welcome to the stage. Join us, please. How are you today?
Hi, Jamie. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm so happy to be here. And yes, you pronounced it correctly. It is love, L-O-U-B-E.
Beautiful. So what I will say is, we're a very transparent community. Athenia believes in transparency and being in integrity. I do want to share that the other device that you had, I didn't realize it now until you're up on stage. The other device, it did have a little bit of a hum, but it showed your face and your skin made me want to know all about it. And I want them to see you as I saw you before. So if there's a way that you can actually still sign
So you want me to switch it back?
I do, but if you could keep this one going in the meantime, I'm not sure if that's a possibility. Is that a possibility? Kind of like stay here. I can hold space for you.
I'm going to try right now.
Yes. Community, please bear with us because I want you to see Cindy as I saw Cindy earlier. That, like I said, there was a little bit of a hum behind her, but I was still able to hear her very clearly. So I want you guys to get this presentation and to see the actual skin of the person who's talking to you about skincare. We didn't go there in the earlier conversation. I knew that it would go there in our space here, but your skin is so beautiful. And the fact that your company, when I asked you earlier, like, did you want me to call you, that I was about to call you Coco? I think it was actually the presentation of your skin that had me getting ready to call you Coco versus Cindy. All right, look at
what's funny. I do call myself Coco, so I don't know why I switched it up and I put my real name. Is like, what's your name? Okay, my name is Cindy. But when I do speak and when I do go online, I say, hi, this is Coco. So that is definitely a transition that I need to step out of and start actually saying my name is Coco instead of saying, oh yeah, my name is Cindy Weathers-Smith.
I like that. Right, Coco. Yes, thank you so much. Look at how that worked out, and just what I wanted to see, the clear image of Coco. So, Coco, tell us about Cocos Love.
Cocos Love is an all-natural skincare brand. We create all natural skincare products that will restore your skin, the way your skin was before we had puberty, acne, sun damage, because they never told us before we needed sunscreen, the fine lines and wrinkles,
or that
the aging. That
But that
starts in our neck
was
first. We cover all of those things. But what separates us, what makes us special, is that we intentionally formulate our products so that they also feed your mind, your body, and your soul. Now, I don't know how many other brands can say that, or how many people can say that the products that they use actually speaks to their soul, but we have that covered if you need help with that.
Ashe, Ashe. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head back a little bit. The community, please feel free to ask any questions in the chat boxes, whether you're on Facebook, whether on YouTube. I'm going to be here in this space, holding space with Coco, but the stage is really Coco's today, and I'm going. I'll be here to jump in if there are questions from the community, Coco, and if you need any support, I'm here. All right.
Yes, thank you.
All
Thank you
right.
so much.
Thank
How is
you.
everyone doing today? So far, so good. I hope everyone is having an awesome day today. Thank you for joining us. And I'm just wondering, what do you expect to learn from today's presentation? Like, what are your intentions, if there are any, for joining me today?
So I'll share for me. I definitely, like I mentioned, the move from up north to Atlanta, has definitely done something. When I first got down here, I was starting to have like these spaces. Like there was a point that my mom asked me, she was like, "What's going on with your eyebrows?" So like the skin behind my eyebrows was very pale, but it was because the skin was like shedding. It was really weird. I had experienced that once before while taking a specific birth control. I had actually started to lose like my eyebrows during that phase, but I wasn't taking anything. And then I saw this post that Cardi B had put out about the water in Atlanta, and I didn't have any clue. I had no idea before I got here. I heard that. So for me, I know that that's why I showed up today. Outside of being the host of the Lunch and Learns, I wanted to know more about what foods I could actually put in place and what kind of skincare I could put in place when being in a space that has hard water and water that dries out your skin and takes away the softer properties.
Thank you for sharing that, Jamie, and I hope you will find the answers to your concerns by the end of this presentation. Before we get started, I wanted to do like a little reset, a little exercise. So if everyone can just close their eyes. You can turn off your camera if you want, and just be still and sit in silence for a minute or two. And just pay attention, listen to your body. Just enjoy the stillness and the peace that overcomes you from just sitting still. And take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just enjoy the stillness. Become centered, self-alignment, so that you can just refocus and remember what's really important, which is you. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Sometimes when you're sitting still, there are things around you that are quite peaceful, but you don't notice it because you're so in tune with everything that's going on around you rather than what's going on within. And a lot of times that leads to burnout. I just read something the other day. It said that 60% of women have suffered burnout in the last 7 days. That is way too much. Nobody's trying to win an award for being the most overworked woman. There's no award for that. So we definitely need to take heed and know when to reset. Can I have the first slide, please? This Lunch and Learn today is about best self-care practices and clean skincare and how do they relate. It's a conversation that we need to have because most people really aren't aware or fully aware of the connection and how it relates to your self-care and also in regards to your actual health. Next slide, please. As we mentioned before, what Cocos Love is about who we are. But in detail, we are a clean beauty brand, and we are here to build confidence and fearless aging through non-toxic skincare and daily self-care practices. Self-care should be a habit. You know what happens when you make something a habit, you intentionally start to do it every single day. Next slide, please. Now, what is self-care? That's kind of a tough question because self-care is different to everybody. For everyone, it means something different. It can mean you going on a vacation. It can mean maybe you wanting to go get your nails done. It can mean maybe you just want to be alone and have some quiet time to yourself. But one thing that we can actually say, self-care is important, but now more than ever, self-care has become necessary. It is truly a necessity. And oftentimes we tend to neglect that. Sometimes you might say, oh, well, I don't have enough money after I pay my bills, so I can't go get my nails done. Or I can't go on this vacation. But it's more than that. It's really the little things that we do to take care of our bodies, to help us reset, and to stay in tune with ourselves so that we don't get burnt out. Next slide, please. How do we make self-care a habit? That's a good question. One thing I would say oftentimes, well, it depends on who is around you. Some people might think that you are being selfish when it comes to your self-care, but actually, self-care allows us to do things for other people without regret or resentment. And a lot of times we do so much for everybody because we feel that that's what we're supposed to do, that's what we need to do, and we just do it. Whether we enjoy it or not, we just do it. It just gets done. And then even sometimes after we've done it, we still feel drained. We don't feel rewarded. We don't feel gifted as we should have for doing what we just did. And that's because we don't take time out for ourselves. When you can pour into yourself, you can pour into others way more better than not including self-care into your life. The question is, how do you do it? What I often do, guilty, I make a date with myself. What do you do when you make a date? You get ready. You make plans. You make plans to show that person that you're going on a date with how much you care about them. You mark your calendar. Everything else is on your calendar. Put yourself on the calendar. Set your alarm. Set timers. I have 2 timers on my phone every day that go off to remind me, okay, go and do something. And if I can't do it right then and there, I'll put it on snooze. to remind myself, okay, go and do it. Go do something. It doesn't matter how small or how big it is, but we have to do something every day. It's important for our existence, our life existence. It depends on it. Seriously. But oftentimes, even something as small as just putting your phone down, take a walk and leave your phone. The world's not going to end if you don't look in your phone for 30 minutes or 20 minutes. It makes a world of a difference. That distraction, not being so involved in everyone else's world so that you can come back to yourself and reset, is so important for us. Even just meditating, like we did in the beginning, just sitting still in stillness, even if it's just 5 minutes. Oh my gosh, it makes a world of a difference. It opens up your mind, it brings you clarity, and it helps you rebalance to continue through your day. Because oftentimes, let's face it, life can be pretty demanding, and we're so used to being into that demand that we usually don't take ourselves into consideration. It's like, okay, let's get it done. We go to sleep. Tomorrow's a new day, and then we go and we do the same thing and not take ourselves into consideration. We don't listen to our bodies. We don't listen to our peace, our inner self, so that we can know how to proceed and take care of ourselves better. That's why it is so important to stay in tune with your body, and do remember to take time out every day for yourself and make it self-care a habit. Next slide, please. Now, skincare is healthcare. This is the part that gets me very upset, because our skin is our largest organ. And what we put on our skin goes straight to our bloodstream. And unfortunately, 60% of what goes onto our skin goes into the bloodstream. That's a lot. 60% is a lot to go into our bloodstream, especially if we don't know what it is that we're putting on our skin, because most of the time we don't know what is going into our skin. The worst part, only 1/3 of clean beauty products marketed to women of color. I'm going to say that again. It might be a little confusing. Of products that are marketed to women of color, only 1/3 of those products are clean beauty products. 1/3 of products marketed to women of color are clean beauty products, which is very disgusting and unfortunate. And with that said, women of color spend the most amount of money across the board when it comes to our personal care. And our products have the most detrimental ingredients in them. One thing I want to ask you, sometimes you might go to the doctor or you might feel a little sluggish. The doctor might say, oh, your results are fine. I don't see anything wrong. He might say, okay, maybe you need to exercise, or what are you eating? One thing I've never heard the doctor ever say is, what are you putting onto your skin? There's no regulation for skincare. The regulation that does exist for skincare products haven't been updated, I believe, since like 1920 or 1940. So there's really no regulation in regards to what is allowed to be put into the skincare products that goes onto our skin. So that is something we definitely should be mindful of, because healthcare and skincare do correlate, because there might be times you have underlying symptoms. You may not feel like yourself, and sometimes you don't even really understand why. You know, sometimes you take a shower and the shower is supposed to pick you up and make you feel good and put some pep in your step. But none of that body wash has the ingredients and the food coloring and all the toxic chemicals that are no good for us. It can cause a lot of underlying health issues that we never even realized might be correlated to our skincare. Next slide, please. Now, the good stuff. Skincare, superfoods. What is so great about skincare superfoods is that there are lots of clean, non-toxic ingredients that they are more beneficial if we put them on our skin directly versus then eating them and digesting them. A lot of these skin superfoods, if you put them on the direct areas of concern, they will definitely heal and nourish your skin with the results that you are looking for. And we don't need the toxins that are put into a lot of the products that they market to us. Next slide, please. Now, we are going to talk about a few ingredients that are great for women of color and the experiences that we have to deal with our skin in terms of climate change, aging, early aging, and things of that nature. And one of the ingredients that I love the most is red raspberry seed oil. A lot of people never heard of it. Well, there's actually two. There's an essential oil, and then there's a regular red raspberry seed oil. And I'm talking to the regular red raspberry seed oil, not the essential oil. And it comes from the seed. And what I love about this oil is that it works for all skin types. If you have dry skin, no problem. You have combination skin, it's perfect. If you have oily skin, it actually balances your natural oils, so it kind of absorbs the excess oil. Eczema, dermatitis, inflammatory skin conditions, red raspberry seed oil handles it all. Fine lines, wrinkles, sun damage, because like I mentioned before, we found out about SPF late in the game. So it actually helps to reverse the sun damage that we have incurred over the years. And what I like the most is that it is the best kept secret to glowing skin, which makes us look youthful and vibrant. And we have a serum. It's called the Red Raspberry Seed Glow Serum, and it's everything. It's like it is our underdog product because most people go for the shea butter, and then they realize that the serum is here, and it's amazing. It can be used as a makeup remover. You can put it on with your makeup. If you don't wear makeup, you can wear it every day as your regular go-to. Just put it on and go. But what we also like about raspberry seed oil is that it does have SPF properties in it. Now, it's not, you can't use it as sunscreen because it doesn't have that much SPF in it, but you can put it on in addition to your sunscreen for the added protection. So this red raspberry seed oil it's everything. It's full of vitamins, antioxidants, whatever situation you might be dealing with. Red raspberry seed oil is definitely a healing oil that is very good for everyone. Now, yes, Jamie.
So I definitely, because you said that I would by the end possibly hear a fix to the hard water, I'm like, yes, I'll definitely be ordering that because it sounds like it's a fix to the hard water and then some. But I'm gonna jump back out because I'm just like, wait. I do have to like that I spoke about the hard water, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who experiences this. It's just like I said, it's new to me. Having lived in New York for 45 years before living anywhere else, um, it's new to me. So for folks out there who live in regions that have hard water, it sounds like it can be an add to your skincare regimen to support you. And I'll jump right back
Yeah.
out.
Thank you. You can, yes, you can use it at nighttime. You can use it at daytime. I typically use it just once a day, and it keeps me going for the entire day. But one thing that I also want to add, this is also, I guess it can be, it's not a superfood, but some people forget about this one tip and they let it fall to the wayside, and that's water. Drinking water is very helpful to our skin. Sometimes it doesn't matter what you put in on your skin. If you're not drinking enough water, the products that you're using have to work much harder, or they may not work as optimal as you would like. I normally drink water most of the time, but then I had a period where I wasn't drinking as much water, and I was putting on a serum, and I noticed that my skin was not looking the same as it normally does when I put it on. And then I realized, it's the water. You cannot forget how important water is for our skin as well as our body. So being healthy is not just skincare, it's what we eat, it's how we take care of ourselves, and it's how we treat other people. So all around, healthcare, skincare, wellness, all across the board, it all comes into full circle in everything that we do as far as living our daily life. Now, another superfood that I wanted to talk about that's great for skincare, most people probably know about it and use it already, and that's shea butter. And I don't see why we're not using it if we aren't, because shea butter comes from our motherland in Africa, and it is from a shea nut tree. Shea butter is the gods for dry skin, inflammatory skin, baby skincare, pretty much almost any issue that women of color or just people of color in general. A shea butter base goes a long way. I actually want to say this company started because after about 6 months, when my daughter was 6 months old, the commercial brands stopped working for her skin. So I was trying everything from the expensive stuff to the normal, regular stuff that everyone would put on their child. It just stopped working. And it was summertime. Summertime, usually our skin is not as dry, but her skin was extremely dry. So I created my first product with shea butter. And at the time, not knowingly that it was a business, it was just a household staple that I created for her skin. And I would use it for her hair as well. And that was called our sensational butter, because you can put it on your hair, you can put it on your skin, you can melt it and make a hot oil treatment out of it. It's moisturizing for hair and skin. And like I mentioned, it works well on babies as well. And if you put our lavender blend on a small infant, there goes your nighttime routine right there. So definitely shea butter is like heaven sent for women, for people of color. I'm not going to just say women, because shea butter is miraculous wonders of the world for people of color. But sometimes your skin might be a little more extreme than the normal. then I would suggest mango butter. Mango butter is extra moisturizing and nourishing for the skin as well. So that would be another ingredient that I would look into. If you have extreme skin conditions and mango butter may not be working, I'm sorry, if the shea butter may not work as well as you would like it, I would definitely look into mango butter, because mango butter is also very good. Another ingredient that is great for people of color is rose hip. Rose hip is very good for anti-aging properties. It's great for acne, and it's great for sensitive skin as well. That's another thing that I forgot to mention. All of the ingredients that I've mentioned so far also work for sensitive skin. A lot of times, most of us, we do have sensitive skin. So the things that we want to work usually don't work because our skin is so sensitive. We use rosehip in two forms. We use rosehip in a powdered form because we use it as a facial cleansing mask. You can mix it with water, or if you want a little extra love and care, you can mix it with yogurt. You can mix it with honey, or you can mix it with rose water and make a paste out of it and put it on your face. It's actually called our botanical mask. And the botanical mask is also mixed with chamomile flowers and kaolin clay. So those three ingredients mixed together and you make a mask out of it works wonders. Maskne, no problem. The botanical mask is here for it. So it's definitely great for sensitive skin, acne, dry skin. It's a great cleanser. And depending on the ingredients that you use with it, can give you an extra boost, such as yogurt. If you mix it with yogurt, you get an extra glow to your skin. So each other property that you mix with it gives you an extra added benefit. And as far as rosehip, we also use our rosehip oil in our serum. So we use the oil form and we also use the rosehip powder. The rosehip mixed with the raspberry seed oil is great. Our serum, most our customers love it because it doesn't leave your skin with the oily feel, and it doesn't leave you feeling greasy as well. So absorbs quickly and it has a nice feel to it once you're finished with applying the serum to your face. Next slide, please. Any questions?
Let's see. Let me see. Are there any questions in the chat box? No questions in the chat box right now. But what I would say is follow spirit. If there's something else that you think we need to know, or if there are any questions that are that you think might be here but are not asked, go ahead and provide those answers. Because I definitely have so much. So I'm over here with my little, I'm writing my notes and taking my notes for myself. And you actually were so thorough in the explanation that no questions came up for me today. But Medi, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat, and I will read them out for Coco. And same thing to the rest of the community. Athenia, I know you're out there somewhere. If you have any questions, our Juneteenth community, we do have something going on with our Facebook page today with full transparency for everyone out there. So if you were on Facebook trying to locate the video today, it will be a replay that will come out once we're complete and once the Facebook issues are cleared up. They're trying to block us for something. No comment.
Well, I like to I talk about self-care a lot when I'm When I'm nurturing my customers with my newsletters, I'm always reminding them on self-care, not not just selling them on products every time they get an email. It's always something to remind them to take care of themselves, or it's something that helps them relate so that they feel, okay, I'm not the only person that is experiencing this. So let me try this out and see if it makes a difference. I talk to my customers often,
Mm-hmm.
and at least maybe once every few months, I might ask them what's their biggest question or their biggest concern, either with self-care or skincare. And the number one answer is usually that they don't have the time for self-care. There's always something that's demanding in their life that offsets them finding time for themselves. Another top reason is that sometimes they are suffering with illnesses. And sometimes when you're sick and you're taking certain medication, it changes your skin totally.
Yes, yes, yes.
So to restore your skin and to get it back to where it was, or just a way that's acceptable, it takes a lot of work. So those are usually the two top concerns. And it surprises me sometimes when they do respond, the response that I get from a customer, and sometimes it's usually a repeat customer. So sometimes you don't know what anyone's story is unless they say something. So
Right.
sometimes it amazes me to know, okay, so this is what you're going through, this is what you're experiencing. Okay, so then your next order, you know what, I might throw this in there for you because I know that you probably could use this, but you never tried it
Beautiful.
before. I had one customer, she told me her experience. So I put some shea butter soap into her box.
Thank
She didn't
you.
even know I'm
Shea
she
butter.
didn't know that I made soap because the soaps are only on my Etsy page. It's not on my website.
Oh wow. So, no, that's so perfect that you said that, because that was actually the question that came up for me, and then I have a question for Medi. So as a child, I did have eczema and different things, and one of the key things that the dermatologist told my mom, like I was a Dove using Kerry lotion kid. Kerry lotion was the recommendation for the lotion for her to use for me. Oh my God, I forgot all about Kerry lotion. Kerry
I
lotion
know.
and Dove soap. Dove was my soap. So when you just mentioned, that was what I was actually going to ask. So for people who, and especially because I know in that child phase, and like you mentioned, a lot of this started with your baby. Um, when we're in that smaller phase, our skin is even more sensitive than when we get.
Hmm.
So shea butter soap, that product is what I would order to replace the Dove soap.
Yes,
Okay.
and this is the old school shea butter soap because I add oatmeal, Jamie. So
Mm,
it's a shea butter base, and I have oatmeal that's floating all through the soap. It's not just sitting in on top or sunk to the bottom. It's oatmeal suspense throughout, and it's also oatmeal on the top. So when I gave her that, it was like, wait a minute. And then she asked me, like, why I don't see it on the website? And I told her that it was on the Etsy page, and I guess it's definitely helping with her skin. And my daughter is 6 years old now, and she's been my guinea pig. And the soap and the sensational butter, her skin cannot, to this day, cannot. Nothing else will manage her skin.
wow.
Even sometimes if I'm out of something, I might switch it up and like use something else. And the minute I stop, she gets these little bumps all over. So I don't know what it is. Like I said, these are ingredients from the motherland.
I was going to say something
So
came up for me. It's sort of like how you said about how you treat people and things like that. But what I heard just now is that your version of self care also really speaks to self love,
yes,
if that makes sense.
yes.
And that's what I would offer to every person out there that says that they don't have the time. It only takes 5 minutes, and we can create 5 minutes. If you guys recall at the top of the session, Cindy, aka Coco, had us stop just for 2 minutes to breathe and to center ourselves. It doesn't take that long. It really does not take an entire day. It doesn't take an entire hour. But the rewards from self care and self love, look at that. Like, you and your baby have, like, although you use the word like she's your guinea pig, I can hear even the love in that. Like, there's love in what's going on at Cocos Love. Now I get the ending of I get the love over there. So Medi wants to know,
Thank you.
recommend using a jade roller and what could be the benefits when you use it.
Yes. We have Jade Rollers as well. I wanted to talk about that next. Oh my God, Jade Rollers are everything. It helps to penetrate the products that you put onto your skin. But as far as self-care, oh my gosh, Jade Rollers are cool to touch. So when you put it on your face, oh my God, it feels everything. To make them even feel even better is if you keep it in the refrigerator or the freezer and then put it onto your face. The Jade Rollers feel so good onto your skin. They have spiritual properties,
Healing properties.
spiritual energy, healing properties. It helps to depuff the skin and what you call it, drainage, lymphatic drainage. It helps to drain the lymphatic system and just push things out so that they just don't get stuck. But they feel so great that I have to keep mine hidden, because if my daughter sees it, she wants to pick it up and she starts to put it onto her face, because the Jade Roller feels very, very good to your skin. It's very relaxing, even if you're just sitting there in front of the TV. It's definitely a great de-stressing mechanism with the Jade Roller. Yes, I love Jade Rollers. They're awesome.
Actually, so I am I make jewelry and I have crystals on all the time. So it made me go right to my what I go to normally and just go check and see out. And I do want to share with the community that jade it helps the organs to heal from toxins. So, in addition to the things that Coco shared about it, it's known to help the kidneys, the bladder, the spleen, and to balance out fluid systems in the body. It stabilizes the personality and promotes self sufficiency, soothes the mind, releases negative thoughts, and it keeps the wearer. It says wearer, but I have it that you don't have to necessarily wear it, that spending time with it, it can do the same thing. So, it attracts good luck and friendship. And
Nice. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, I'm like I'm a go-to person to see, because sometimes things are added on the internet every day and things that we don't know, especially since jade is not one of the properties of our country necessarily. So there are so many things out there to learn about it from the different cultures and the places and spaces that it comes from. Wow. I'm like wowed right now. Sorry. I just went to my crystal nerd place.
No, that's okay. I'm so glad that you pulled that up. Yes, jade has a lot of great properties that help and bring value into our self-care.
And
that is so awesome.
It's in your share about and the fact that we know that sometimes people don't think of the different options of how they can add self-care in. That's something that while they're watching, if they're TV watchers or just sitting down with family time, that can actually be incorporated into time that's already being spent. It doesn't have to have a actual area to get your jade roller and wait, I need a whole hour to roll my face. Like, you can spend that hour that you're watching your weekly session or your show, or if it's a Zoom that you're off camera or even on camera. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the type of person I am, depending upon what type of meeting I'm in. If I'm in a meeting and it's just like a work meeting and I'm with my work folks, I would just let them know, listen, you'll see me sitting here rolling my face, but please don't judge me because I have to use this time. and multitask. It could be one of those things that we can actually add into multitasking.
Yes. One thing that I can say about self care, when you make it a habit, you make it intentional, the people around you start to realize and respect your time and that your time is important. Once they know, okay, this is what she does at this time, at this day, and I have to wait. And then it comes to the point where it'll be like a domino effect because they'll find something to do, or
Mm,
you might inspire them to do something that is going to help themselves. Just all around, once it becomes a habit, the people around you, they'll fall into line, even the little kids, because even my daughter knows, oh, I understand now why sometimes you wake up a little bit earlier than everybody else, because during the day it gets chaotic. And this was
wow.
during the pandemic. I'm at home, homeschooling, virtual learning, a 4-year-old and a 6-year old. And the
Wow.
4-year old is a boy online, and he can't sit still. He wants to be on the couch doing a headstand while the teacher is talking. And it's like, I turn around for 2 seconds. This is what I have to. And they're learning. They both learning French. I don't speak French,
Wow.
so that pandemic, it was it
I
was
love
like it definitely taught me how to level up my self-care, because we've all been through a lot these last few years and it's gotten pretty intense. So we definitely have to figure out new ways and reinvent the wheel to better to intentionally, and that's the key, to be intentional about it and intentionally do better with ourselves,
that,
because if we don't do it, no one else is going to do it for us.
that part. And we can create the time. Sometimes we think that we can't, but just like we create the time for anything else that's going on, we can definitely create the time and be intentional. I love this, Cindy. So, Cindy, you are one of our vendors at Juneteenth. Am I right about that?
I don't know. I know I just signed up to do a lunch and learn, but I will definitely inquire about it.
Gotcha. Are you located in New York?
Yes, I am in Brooklyn, New York.
Beautiful. So the event is in Brooklyn, New York. I hope that you'll be out if you don't get a table and present. I would really like to have you there presenting a product. So hopefully I'll see you there. But but even if not, hopefully you'll come out that day and come join us for our Juneteenth Family Day. We'll be out on Saturday, but our main day is on Sunday in Prospect Park. It's going to be a beautiful day. And let me know, is there anything else that you'd like to share with the community today before we wrap up?
I wanted to add, well, there's two more things. I
Hmm.
wanted to add in terms of self care. I like to stress, as often as you go to the bathroom, you
Mm.
should find time for yourself. It doesn't take that long. So as often as you go to the bathroom, you should do something, even if it's just taking a walk or meditating, writing in your journal, or just calling someone that has good conversation or makes you laugh, or just someone that you haven't heard from in a while. All those things play a part into our overall wellness. I have a treat for you guys. Next screen, please. These are two. If you want to learn more, I didn't cover all the skincare superfoods for women of color, but if you want to read more about it, you can go to bit.ly/superfood skin to get the full, complete, ultimate guide to top skincare superfoods for women of color. And I also have another offer. If you go to bit.ly, I forgot the forward slash, oops, 24 self care, then there you can get tips on how to self care when life doesn't make time in 24 hours. So that will give you some guidance, some tips, and some support in finding time to make sure that you can take care of yourself. And next slide, please. And here we have a gift and an offer for our Juneteenth family.
Oh,
If
beautiful.
you shop cocoslove.com and use the code Healthy Skin, you will get 15% off. Plus, we'll give you a free gift. And it will be a full-size gift, not a sample.
Ooh, I'm excited. I'm excited. I know I
And
already
then
have heard a few things that I'll definitely be ordering. And now I know that I get something off for being Juneteenth family. I'm excited.
and then we also have our contact information. You can follow us Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. We're all over.
Ashe. Ashe. Coco, this has been wonderful. This has been a really wonderful. There are so many things. First of all, red raspberry seed oil. I've never ever heard of it before. Just so many things that you spoke of, and knowing that I can not only feed my body, but I can eat. I've known that I can eat for my skin. I am a sacred woman initiate, but the way that you presented it today, it released from this sometimes I want to be a bad girl, and it just kind of when I'm like in my sacred woman space, it's like I'm doing these things very I don't know, it's just interesting. But the way that you presented it today, it released me from the stories of that I'm operating from, I guess. The stories that I have about, I don't know. I can't explain it right now. I'll come back to the community with a presentation about that later, because I know that stories hold us back. And that's one of my things that I actually am passionate about, is dispelling stories and kind of breaking them down. The stories that those mind movies that live in our heads, like what you said earlier about people who say that they don't have time for self-care. That's a mind movie that plays in our head, that we say that we don't have time, but we really can create the time.
It
So I can
does.
from those stories of whatever's going on over there. So we're not even going to go down my rabbit hole of what's going on in my head in regards to that part of my life. But you just opened my mind up so much to actually feeding my skin, replacing the damage, like regenerating new skin, but through food, not necessarily like having to like, I don't know. It's interesting. I'm gonna let that be right now, because I
You
feel like
have
I'm
to
my own head right now, trying to even formulate my thoughts. You just
you
really
have
take
to manifest it.
away. Yeah, I'm like
Just
you
like
just
you
take
said, you think you don't have time, you think you can't do this. And if you really want to, you'll have time. That's like someone saying, "Oh, I can't afford this, I can't afford that." But then when they actually sit down and do the numbers, they realize they can actually afford
like
something that
that.
they thought that they couldn't do.
I should.
Speak it into existence.
Thank you. And release. Speak it into existence, and release the stuff that doesn't serve you. I love that. Cindy, this has been amazing. This has been a beautiful presentation. Like I said, I hope that you'll join us out in Juneteenth, whether it be that you're out and about walking around, passing out your flyers, or whether you're there as a vendor. Did you have a
Do
question?
you know the date? What are the dates?
So it's the weekend of June. Our event is the weekend. It'll
Oh,
be 17th, 18th, and 19th. So the 17th, we actually have an opportunity. Like, I don't know if you'd be interested in doing like a presentation like this in our virtual space. So Friday is our completely virtual day. Then we have Saturday, there'll be vendors in one space at our award lunch. And then there is the actual big event on Father's Day, which is actually June 19th this year. It lands on the same day as Father's Day. So we are honoring our men this Juneteenth. They're kind of the highlight of, while the whole family is the highlight, because it's Juneteenth Family Day. We're honoring fathers this year and the men this year due to for the award ceremony on Saturday. It'll mostly be awards going out to men, and that'll be every day of honoring awards in the names of each day of Kwanzaa and the energies that those days represent. So there'll be awards given out with that energy. And then Sunday, we'll have like performances out on the main stage, and we'll be in the center of Prospect Park on
That's
Father's Day.
awesome. That sounds exciting because when I responded to the lunch and learn, I saw pictures. I believe it was from last year's event,
Oh,
and
God.
I was wondering. That's very interesting. I need to check my calendar. I'm
Okay.
not sure. I think that weekend I'm free. I know either the weekend before or the weekend after. I have a weekend long conference that I need to attend. So fingers crossed that's not that weekend because I would
Well,
love
I
to
will cross.
participate some way,
Well,
form,
I
or
will cross
fashion.
fingers and shake right along with you, because I would love to see you out in the park and get a chance to see that beautiful glowing skin up in person and to meet your little lady. Thank you.
Yes, I love to meet people and talk and share. And I'm so happy that I had the opportunity to speak on this platform. You guys are amazing, and the work that you are doing is very much appreciated.
Shay, yes, Athenia is amazing. I'm so grateful to be a part of this team and a part of this whole Juneteenth. You know, for those who don't know, she's been doing this way before it became this nationally recognized, day. Athenia, this is going to be year 13 for her doing this
Oh,
event,
wow.
and she lasted, even like she did not stop for COVID. She kept it going and winged it, and she did this thing that we do that we call doing it messy, because she was going to not do it during the time of COVID because she was so used to it being in person, but she didn't let that stop her, and she kept going. So I hear you, Cindy. I'm just so proud to be a part of this venture as well, and I'm so grateful for you to be here today. Community, Coco's information is in the chat. Watch the replay. She has offers that she brought to us today, which I absolutely love. Thank you so much for blessing the community with not only a discount, but also two offers of going to find out more about the superfoods and more about skincare. Coco, thank you. We appreciate you. We love you. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, and I hope to see you guys in June.
Community, community, community. Thank you so much. I hope you really enjoyed today's presentation from Coco. I know I did, and I know that I have some plans to try her products to help me with my skin. I don't wear too much makeup, so if anyone ever wonders why the host is not all like, finished like most hosts are out in this world, I just am not a huge fan of makeup. It doesn't love my skin, and I love my skin. So I hope that this is good enough for y'all. It's good enough for me. Um, so next week's presenter is Tamika Tuet. She's a poet and a spoken word artist. She's a native New Yorker with the goal of creative expression that addresses the difficulty of existence through poetic vibes. Wow, I can't, I'm telling you, I have one of the best jobs, you guys. I have one of the best jobs. I love this job. I can't wait to see each week. I just am wowed over and over and over again. And I hope you guys are too. I'll see you guys next week. And thank you for giving us some of your time.